It's here, Season 2 of the Fallout show. I've watched the trailer several times, combing through every last frame to see what this season has to offer, and my god, it's a lot. The trailer opens with Lucy following Cooper through the desert, heading toward New Vegas. Soon after, Lucy says to a mysterious stranger that she's looking for someone, and the woman replies,
"Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?"
I don't know if this is just me or not, but I swear the voice sounds exactly like Rose Cassidy. Her answer,
"Common story around here."
could be her referencing her encounter with the courier in New Vegas, who was also looking for someone. Could be nothing, but have a listen and let me know what you think.
Mojave's almost buzzing like a cazador now. Must be all the Blood Legion and NCR spilling over the Colorado.
Someone you care about or someone you hate?
As they're getting close, Cooper asks Lucy if she wants to know why the world ended, saying it started here with one man. That man can only be Mr. House. We saw him in Season 1 speaking to Vault-Tec, alongside other executives from different companies. I'm not sure why Cooper believes House is the reason the world ended. In the game, House predicted the end of the world and made preparations to ensure he survived. Of course, his calculations were slightly off, so the Platinum chip never arrived and his Securitrons never received their upgrade. If House did start the war, you'd think he'd have timed it better, so I feel as though Cooper is implying House's actions, or inactions, led to other groups starting the war, and House didn't literally push the button, so to speak. We then shift to some pre-war shots of Vegas, the Lucky 38 at the center, with the Tops and Gamora nearby. There's no sign of Vault 21, although I can't imagine it was marketed as a hotel just yet. Despite being a star, Cooper isn't here to perform, but to support his wife, who's on a work trip to see Mr. Robert House. After this, Lucy is seen waking up inside a pristine-looking room. She looks around as though she's seeing it for the very first time. Could be a suite inside the Lucky 38, or a hotel room inside Vault 21. It has the same carpet, the same colour of wood as the vault furniture, but that's not enough to confirm anything. There's also pre-war food and a very expensive giddy-up buttercup. I can't tell you why, but this room really makes me uncomfortable. Everything is toward the centre and not against the walls. It looks more like a movie set, so the food could be a prop, and Lucy is expected to wear this yellow dress for some reason. I don't really know what's going on here, where it is, why she's here, but it's not normal. From there, the trailer cuts to Victor from the game. Coop is also here in the background. There's some NCR recruitment posters on the wall, but there's no one else around. We know the NCR is having some trouble since Shady Sands was nuked. They showed up as remnants in Season 1, fighting at the Griffith Observatory under Moldaver's leadership, but their strength is long gone. Even the Rangers are leading different lives, as opposed to being reassigned somewhere else. The room looks recently abandoned, and its location could be anywhere really. Camp McCarran being a strong choice, with Victor guarding the monorail, maybe? If Victor is still functioning, it's safe to say House is still alive, and he would no doubt be using Victor to spy on Cooper, just as he did with the courier in New Vegas. Perhaps House is guiding the ghoul to the strip so they can talk face to face, or face to screen. Right on cue, we see the inside of the Lucky 38 before the war. The same casinos I mentioned earlier are also visible. We see several large computer screens showing the inside of the casino, something they still do after the war, only with the largest screen no longer showing CCTV footage. Instead, it displays an image of Mr. House. If you've played the games, you'll know why. I wonder if the largest screen still has a giant fingerprint on it. We also get to see Mr. House in the flesh, and the first thing is the actor has changed. Rafi Silver has been replaced by Justin Theroux. This is where Mr. House tells Cooper he knows everything, implying he knew the war was going to start and did nothing to stop it. Which is probably why Cooper tells Lucy House is the reason the world is the way it is. Also, House is dressed remarkably similar to his in-game portrait, which is a nice touch. Shifting back to post-war, the Brotherhood appears with an airship and vertibirds. They also have a new camp at Area 51. In the games, we know Area 51 was a pre-war military base and a former testing ground for experimental government aircraft and extraterrestrial phenomena. Aliens appear several times in the games, and I'm curious to see if any of that stuff will make an appearance. Maybe an alien blaster or something small. I don't really want to see Zaytons in the show, to be honest. Off-screen, House says, presumably to Cooper, he knows there is a war coming. The bombs will only be the beginning. I guess he's referencing the first and second battle for Hoover Dam, or maybe an upcoming war, which we're going to see in the show. Next, we see Maximus. He's now a knight, promoted for killing Moldava in Season 1, but he looks worried. Probably something to do with the Brotherhood infighting, which we'll see a little of later on. Then, for some reason, Lucy is with the Legion, and she doesn't look happy to be there. Taking a closer look at the Legion, there's a lot going on. And this figure at the center seems to be the one in charge. He's wearing the golden wreath, typically given to commanders who won a great battle, but it's also worn as a sign of divinity. This figure is also wearing shoulder spikes, previously worn by Legate Linnaeus, the second in command during the events of the game. But Linnaeus wore a mask to hide his scars, and this person isn't hiding his face. Of course, the scars could have been propaganda, and without Caesar pulling the strings, Linnaeus no longer has to wear a mask. But it could just as easily be someone else, having taken the armor from Linnaeus. I did see an interesting post on Reddit suggesting this is Macaulay Culkin because the ears are the same. I have no idea how they noticed that, but it's an interesting point. So far we know Macaulay will play the role of a mad genius. At first, I thought he was going to play the role of Fantastic, the conman recruited by the NCR to work on the Helios 1 power plant. But with the NCR fractured, Fantastic might have moved on to better endeavors, and somehow convinced the Legion he is the one in charge. A ridiculous idea, I know, but that's literally the only connection I could come up with.
I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
Here we can also see several ranks within the Legion, lots of recruits, prime legionaries, a veteran legionary with a red stripe, and a legionary Decanus. Moving on, we get to see our first look at Novak, Dinky the dinosaur, and what looks like Lucy inside the sniper nest. Only it's facing the wrong way, and the motel now has a pool. It's been several years since we've seen Novak, but I am curious if we'll see Boone or Manny Vargas. Probably not, but I can still hope. We do see Barb again, this time closing the blinds to a conference room at Vault-Tec, up to no good, I'm sure. Shortly after, Coop is carrying his daughter while people run away. The photo shoot in the first season is now in use, and there's a vertibird flying overhead. I initially thought this was another scene of them running to safety during the Great War, but his daughter isn't wearing the cowboy outfit like she was at the party, and neither is Coop, so this can't be after the party in Season 1, but another time before that. Is it a continuity error? Probably not. I think it's a simulated emergency, with those intended for the vault practicing for the big day, and a vertibird just happened to be flying overhead. Then, we're back inside the Lucky 38 with Coop riding a bomb, mirroring Kong in the Doctor Strangelove movie. Later on, House is telling Coop that he's concerned he'll do just about anything to save his family. House believes Coop's a violent man and will one day want to kill him. I'm paraphrasing, but it's still a strange thing to say to someone. Clearly it's foreshadowing Coop wanting to kill House in order to get his family back. Next up, we see two people in power armor. One of them is Maximus, based on the Yaogwai scratches on the chest and forearm, and he's shooting feral ghouls. Maybe this is when the Brotherhood first arrived at Area 51 and cleared the hangars. Meanwhile, Hank is still alive, looking rough around the edges, and still wearing the stolen power armor from the Dead Knight in Season 1. He's either underground or inside a large structure, having finally reached his destination, a massive Vault-Tec building. We know this is somewhere in Vegas, and I think it's safe to assume it's beneath the city. It could be part of Vault 21, and that's why House filled the lower levels of the vault with concrete in the game to stop people going in or coming out. Either way, it also connects to the Lucky 38, and Hank appears to have found a way inside, Probably a secret door only Vault-Tec executives knew of and had access to. House was unaware and therefore didn't seal it. Cutting back to Maximus, he's seen aboard a vertibird fist bumping the pilot, maybe celebrating the pilot's first real flight or something. Either way, it's kinda cute. Then we're back in time. It's snowing, lots of trees, mountains, and gunfire. It's Coop's pre-war service. He said in Season 1 he didn't fight in Alaska just to give up his freedom, so I assume we're going to see more of that, reinforcing how war never changes. Another shot of Novak follows. Lucy is clearly in the sniper's nest, and Dogmeat is too. On the ground, Coop pushes someone into the pool as they explode due to the pin being pulled on a grenade, which we saw moments earlier. Not sure who they are, could be generic raiders or even Great Khans. The chicken fucker is back. I wonder what other shenanigans he'll get up to, and more to the point, what happened to Thaddeus after he ran away? Not a single mention of him in the trailer. Switching locations, Coop is pushed from a window of the Atomic Wrangler, a bar and casino in Freeside. We don't see who pushed him, probably not the Garretts. Then comes a big reveal. The Brotherhood has at least 4 airships, one of which has crashed into the dunes while Maximus and a knight escape. If we look closely at the airships, we can see they are actually shooting each other, so there seems to be some infighting. Leave your theories in the comments. After that, Vault 31's residents are no longer sleeping, and they're being overrun by radroaches, maybe intentionally. I'll explain in just a moment. Back at the strip, Coot blows up something outside Gamora, not sure why. We also get our first look at another Securitron, shooting someone in power armor. There's no claw marks this time, so maybe it's Hank trying to enter the Lucky 38 from underneath, or the Vault-Tec building we saw earlier. I'm assuming he makes it inside because released images shows him having exited the power armor, now wearing a clean suit and what looks like a Pimp Boy 3000. Then there's a Vault celebration, no idea why, but good for them. After that, a Rad Scorpion eats a smaller Bark Scorpion. It wouldn't be New Vegas without those guys. And let's not forget Elvis impersonators, or the Kings, who are now ghouls. They could be who pushed Coop out of the window of the Atomic Wrangler, as the Kings pretty much ruled Freeside in their heyday. There's also a sweet slow motion shot of Lucy firing a rifle, with a New Vegas sign just behind her, harking back to the New Vegas introduction. Finally, Lucy and Coop can be seen hiding from a Deathclaw, and I must say it looks and sounds intimidating. Coop's advice for Lucy is to run away, a helpful tip for new players encountering the creatures, or at least in the first few games. There is one more thing I want to mention that wasn't in the trailer, and that's the released image of Norm standing in front of people wearing Vault 31 jumpsuits. I'm not sure why Norm looks so serious here, but my gut is telling me that the residents of Vault 33 are fighting the residents of Vault 31, the loyal Vault-Tec employees. Maybe Norm is leading Vault 33 to take over the rest of the vaults. Maybe he woke them up and allowed radroaches to enter their vault to kill them off. Only some survived, and now he's figuring out what he's going to do with them. Don't forget, in Season 1, Norm discovered Vault 32 went through a civil war due to knowing the truth and wanting the death of management. We know those inside Vault 31 are selected to lead Vault 33, and maybe Norm is sick of the secrets, the lying, and wants them gone for good. And that's it. There's a lot of new questions, but not a lot of answers. I'm sure I'll make another video once Season 2 is released to see what I guessed correctly, similar to my Season 1 video. Check that out if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next adventure.